All right, so we'll do still as slow as you can, but the drills will get less time spent on them every time. So starting off here, let's do them this way this time so that the camera can see the back of your feet, but it's just going to be the step up, bend into it, step back, switch, back and forth. Get the knees warmed up, really lean into the toe. Hands don't move, only your legs. Let's do it. All right, come over here. Oh, I like that. Not much of a sharp either, just nice and soft. Just a little absorption. Over exaggerate and then coming back. There we go. All right, now it's going to be your step up to this side. Then you're going to come back, slide, slide, and we're back up. We're stepping out to this one. Slide, slide, back up. Yeah, and another aspect you can add to this that's really huge is when you come up for this, try to get your foot as low to the ground, like your knee as close to the ice as you can before you slide off. Like it's a really slow release. There we go. There we go, Jonah, it's better. So we're like warming up all of our muscles, but we're getting that perfect movement in slow. So when you do it fast, everything's going to come together. You can't just hop in as fast as you can right away. And then you're just thinking and you're kind of focused on your hands and you're feeling like an elite goaltender. In your mind, I want you guys to feel up here. A little bit of movement, but we're getting better. I'm going to be honest with you, and like you want like where Tyler's at, where everything, you're tight enough where nothing can get through you, but you're not too tight where you're opening up outside space, but then none of this stuff moves to guide you. Yeah, like for this drill, you don't even have to extend for saves because you're just, for other drills, yeah, that's fantastic, but not necessarily for this one. What? It feels so nice. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go down and back with one leg is just going to drop down, but this time we're going to drop it down behind us, really close to the ice. Don't let it touch. And you can kind of go at like a 45 and then back at a 45 this way. Just a tiny bit, warm up all the muscles, but don't let that knee touch. There you go, Jonah. I like the upper body, Jonah. That's great. And look at yourself in the glass. Make sure your head doesn't bob too much. Haha. Make sure your head doesn't bob. No pun intended. Ooh, that's pretty nice. We're getting the backwards ones down. Those, see, they allow for your foot not to drag, which is good. When you get your new pads, you're going to want to take a bunch of these toe ties out. Yeah. Like, so you don't want your skate to be exposed, but you want it close. So like right now, your toe can completely come out the side. Tyler's at the max, like the perfect spot. But even when he lifts his pad up, you can see his lace hang, but it's holding his pad right there. It's not opening up anymore. So I'll take a picture of that, post it. Gotta definitely hop in. All right, I think we got all that except for just going to finish off. You already did this one, but a little tiny bend and then a little tiny hop through. And if you guys want, you can try to rotate after halfway. So I think the key to that rotation, Tyler, is to keep your knee bent through it. If you stand up and you try to go on your outside edge, you're toast. So you have, that's why, yeah. But we're just absorbing a little bit. A step, we're gonna add to this every time. First step is post to post. And again, we're gonna make sure that we have hip mobility so our hips are not going inside the net at all when we go across. It's just as slow as you can. Stretch, pad down, transition. That's what we're gonna work on here. And then looking at your guys' pads now to see where we're at. Don't overlean. You don't have to worry about it at all. You can just stay big. I don't care if there's holes here because we're not worried about a shot threat. We're worried right now about plays that are making their way out there and we're stuck down. If there's a shot threat, you can always cover that up. That's what this foot's for. But you could literally just stay sealed here in case there's a quick play and you got a pad on it. So let's see that. Straight post to post. Again, this is another stretch, so we're just kind of working the hips as well. Across the goal line. And then because we're out on the ice and you can't look at this any other way, I'm going to keep that pad right on the line. There we go. All right, so I think the last step we need here, the next step is reach, but you can actually lift your knee off the ice for that. So go back RVH on this right post, reach as far across as you can, then put your knee down just to see like where we're at. Okay, so your hips are having you go backwards. That's fine. Now just tighten your core a little bit. You feel your gut, and then you're going to have everything coming across. I think you just got to use your gut and less of your glutes. Because your glutes will come in, but if you use your gut, it's going to, tilt your spine the way it needs to be tilted so you can move. Yeah, it's going to be so much better. That's already so much better. We're getting there. Then, yeah, we'll get all that figured out. Let's go, Jonah. Let's see it. We'll look at it from this angle a little bit. Slap it up. We're getting better, man. Huge improvements here. Okay, now for you, this step, Tyler, listening to all this stuff because we're just all collaborating. Now I want your head to stay a little bit longer because now you got this robotic movement in your mind where your head constantly, like, no matter what goes with your body. That's great, but now I want your head to, if that makes sense, so you're not moving. So head, there we go. Separated from body just a little bit. Pretend there's a puck and you're following that puck. Now your pad's getting a little bit inside the net, thinking about the head. That's okay. See that? There's just that little bit of hip swing. All right, so stretch once, just go toe-to-toe on post. Stretch and pull your knees back to the goal line, and then we're going to move on to the next phase. So now just scoot your knees back if you can, just a little bit. But like keep your, yeah. Shake the net a little bit. Go back and forth. There we go. Okay, this has got to be like a little routine. That's got to be like a little routine you do after skates, all right? Tyler, hop in, try that one for a sec. And then you just jump up. No, don't do that. Dude, I can't even pull this thing off. And then the second I take my hands off it, it's just gonna fall. I don't know what's going on. All right. Next up, we're gonna do that with the hinge. We're gonna just add one little step so we're staying on the post. We will do overlap, but for right now, we're gonna hinge and we're gonna make it a little bit smoother than last week. So we're doing it all in one piece into the RVH, and you can't leave this post as you're going down into the RVH. Then it's a down, separate, straight across, and then all it's gonna be is like a hinge out really slow, back to your feet if you can, from right here. Got my player skates on, but yeah, that's tough. Getting up from there, I could do it on that side, but not on this side. Yep. Now see, you overhinged a little bit. So that's great. We're gonna do that. Keep focusing on it, do a couple reps. But on that side and on this side, like, try not to overhinge. We're looking, like, I don't want to be a perfectionist. Obviously in hockey, we're not a perfectionist, but in a game, yes. You gotta know where your net is. And then, yeah, you can adjust your toe. That's fine. There you go. It's easy to do on this side because you have your stick to pull yourself into the post. So you just got to be careful with that. And then there is something, what I do, that's kind of tough. I think maybe you're too far on your heel, but I kind of like have a spot. There's a sweet spot in my foot on this post where I feel the outside of my pad, and I start to hook it before I even, like, it's kind of an interesting thing, but try to feel with that, because I think maybe your heel's too far on the post for an RVH. Like, once I get it, I get it. That's pretty good. That was smooth. Yeah, it's not bad. I got these new pegs on the way. I'm excited to shout out sending me some pegs, so we'll give them a try. They're like piranha pegs with the guards. We'll see. Yeah. That's all right. When we get pucks, you'll get exposed on that, and then you'll learn your lesson. Here, Tyler. All right, yeah, one more. We'll switch it up. Okay. Tyler, same drill, last thing, but I'm just gonna, let's go from one post. You're gonna come straight across. I'm not gonna give you enough time, and I'm just gonna send it. Like, I just want you to feel it off the pad. You're not really gonna need to get anything else over there. But You can hinge as slow as you want, but once you get that movement, I'm just gonna let her go because we're gonna work on that toe. Is all. Yeah. Check this out, chat. All right, that wasn't it. I was talking to the people, you know. I'm trying to expose you in a spot. I don't care about that rebound right now. That's fine, but where would you want rebound? I was just thinking about that myself. Like in this case, with the pads you have now, like they're just gonna kick it out. I think they have that kick plate, so I don't know. Because like, you want to try to get a stick on it? No, you're not gonna get a stick on that. Like on a one time over here, no, you're just seeing it off the pad. The thing is, you're in position now, so you could bump out and play it. We could play this one with a rebound next week, and we're just like doing the same movements, but we're getting more in. Well, 2 weeks from now then. But yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. I have to make a play. I mean, yes, I'm shooting on the ice, but either way, you're going to just dig in. So anyway, what I'm thinking is you're digging in a little bit too early, whereas like coming across, I'm trying to hit your backside leg, but it is actually hard to hit. So I think in general, if you played like this, this is your style, that's fine. But ideally, we would kind of leave that trail leg a little bit longer before you dig in. Yeah, and you're fine. One more. Just thinking if they like get one of those bump plays and kind of throw it. That's the only time where you could even be RVH and then real quick just drop that pad in the butterfly. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. We can get a shooter out here next time. But like for that, you could lay that pad down. You have enough time. That's fine. But yeah, we can do that where we get a shooter out 2 weeks from now and kind of pass down, and we can work on different attacks to see where we're at. But we have to start from this hinge. All right, Jonah. I just saying your toe goes in the net for a second, so you got to come straight across. There we go. I was trying to get like a 1T going here. Pretty clutch. All right, I'm going to get a little bit lower, and I'm just going to send it when you start coming over. All right, one more. That's fine. One more. We're done with post play. Well, actually, we're not. Yeah. But what we'll do is we'll do the opposite side. That actually, Jonah, actually looks good. I give it a 9 out of 10. Other than that toe going in, but like that's looking pretty good. All right. First drill, no pucks. Then I'll move them down here. So we're going to work the ladder into this drill. So not following the crease, but not touching the post. We got to find that perfect brush to work the ladder, and then we're square on angle. It's going to be one step into that hinge and then straight across. And we're just going to come right back out, work the ladder again. If that makes sense. But we're going to look at the micro movements on cameras and see if you're moving too much to try to get on the post, okay? Because you don't have time. The player right now is way out here, outside dot, and they make the final decision to either kind of like send it up to the D or skate it around. But let's do this one 3 times standing, 3 times RVH. So let's say they're way out here, and then you just go with them, right? Yep. And then I want your head to stay as long as you can. Figure out if you're going to move body first or head first, but don't move them at the same time. And then we'll do RVH, as in this guy here has another one out there. We got 2 guys, and I come in for some kind of a threat, but then dip out, if that makes sense. So a far attack and a tight attack. I'll get biscuits. All right, real quick, let's look at a intermediate step between the net here, just real quick. Whoa, ice is terrible. Don't let me fall over here. Break some. Ice is really bad right here. Go on the post here, and then stay on your feet. But I'm just going to go through a quick step behind the net where you have like a step and then a step. So not all the way across. Like I'm not speeding now. Let's say I stop. So maybe there's a, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe we work on just a little extra step, because you already have it faster. You're not doing it as aggressive as me, which I like. Dropping this foot off the net and being sideways. You don't have to be that sideways, but you can always get to this post. Just have a 2-step process, post to post. I want to see what it looks like, basically. All right, I like everything about that except for the head. The head, I think, should stay exactly where it is, right on that crossbar line or lower. Not like when you stop, don't get high centered. So you don't have to do it again, but you'll see on film, like working on the details, you're bobbing in the middle, whereas, yeah, that's way smoother because you're going across. And then in the middle of the net, you could just power to the RVH on one side if you had to. So like I'm talking, if someone has a playback here, maybe there's a scrum, or maybe there's a guy that has time and space on the power play who's back here, they're playing some kind of bumper out. I can't remember if it's an umbrella or whatever, but they have an actual system like on this side of the ice here, overload, where they have this guy and you don't want to commit, but you don't have enough D to actually like challenge this guy because you're playing box or something, right? So how are you going to manage that? Just a question. Honestly, it could be as easy as you stay here, but the wider you get on the post, the more you're gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to move anywhere. So that's why we've been working on staying tight so that you can touch both posts without actually having like movement inhibited in the RVH. But on your feet, you know, what do? I really like, for me, I really like this step because I can get to RVH here or back here, and I don't even have to move my head until that actual wrap happens, if that makes sense. But I just had a random thought, talking too much, but we're just breaking stuff down. Okay, so you ended a little bit far out, but that's okay. One step in. Okay, see how that was this big shuffle? You took an entire shuffle. Yeah. I want you to feel so comfortable that your left leg's just going to work, and you're going to be on your toe on your right foot, like we've been working on. So you got power into that post, but you didn't just move your whole body to get on the post. Yeah, work on that. Oh yeah, for sure. I can mute this thing and everything. It's sick. It's going to be legit. That's so much better. See, it's going to take a little bit to get used to. All right, coach this kid. Okay, now, when you're going back, go from 3 shuffles to 6 shuffles. Just try it. On your way back to the post, working the ladder, yeah. What do you think? It depends upon the speed of the play. But I want you to be able to move without everything in your body moving. So, yeah. If it's a slow play, but that looks so much more mature than what you were doing before because your body is moving so much, right? The more you have set feet and on angle square, the higher level of play, faster games, faster players, better prepared you are. That's a solid rep right there. Now, just don't back up to the post. Wherever you land in your ladder, you should know where you're at. You should land there, and you should know, like, you're going to make a save. But we're going to work on that next time. So do one more rep, and then we're going to get shots going. Okay, so 2 options. I'm going to either shoot from overlap and make a chest save, or I'm going to wrap. Super simple drill, but you're going to have to choose to go RVH or not based on my speed and everything. And we're going to see the scenario, how it plays out. Like coming in a wide drive. Yeah, we're just going to do a wide drive. Nice and smooth. Same skating drill, you just stop a puck now. That intermediate jersey is going to be nice and nasty. Yeah, we're just going to see kind of where we're at. Mainly, I like the chest save because I want to kind of see where we're looking at for that chest. Perfect. Oh, no! I should have stopped on the puck. Poor play. Oh, shoot! I hit one of those bumps and it just went straight to my toe. My bad. You're fine. shoot. Yeah. One more breakdown and then we'll switch because we're good here. We're making ground. Go RVH on this side. So yeah, I'm just coming over here to attack. I get to this spot. You come across, toe-to-toe flush. Now, you sealed this up already. You're good. I'm tight to the net. So you don't have to be tight to the post unless there's a pass option, but you have to make sure that other pad comes down if I come across like you just did, because now players are finding a way to wrap with their long sticks across.
We have this 1-3-6-4, and you can just easily wrap it around.
Let's say commit, lay the pad down. But if they don't commit, you're fine. Again, you don't commit till they commit, which makes goaltending the hardest position ever. Go for it, Jonah. Yeah. I want to see this chest. Oh, never mind. I tried to shoot early too, but I was also trying to go high. That was bad. Looking at the feet the whole time. Good rebound, but I mean, I guess I shot like pads. Those are tough. Okay, so what you're saying is I shouldn't be able to snipe you from this angle. I see. Chicken wing. It worked though. It worked. No, but I know. That's actually good, but see right there, if you had one more step, you wouldn't have been in an awkward stage. You're hyper on this puck. Shoot. Oh, you touched it too. Too much. Right in the neck. There's no short side, that's for sure. Okay, one more. What? I know. So we're gonna last 10. Let's look at the guide angle to the corner here. Here we go. You know what's going on already. I don't have to say anything. That was my bad with the far side, but that was good. Honestly, I can shoot anywhere just because I'm still looking at that grip you have on your stick and stuff too. I really like that one. Ah. All right, so near side, you just got to get over the puck a little bit more. That one's not bad. Okay, I actually got something for you. I got something huge. When you do your rotation, your drop step, you're drop stepping. Your rotation's good. Like you have to rotate that far, but for some reason you're drop stepping into the crease and you're going back to the post. So get over to me. I'll give you some time. You can maybe even throw in like a Ottinger forward release or something into me, but work on that. I mean, that's something we're trying. But I don't know if I'd say that for every movement. Okay, I do really like that for a slow-moving, developing play. And you're ready for the attack. But let's say like it's a faster play here. Okay, I got you. Picking your place for a T-push minus a shuffle. Keep working through it. Talking too much again. Okay, and then, man, I just talk way too much, but I'm telling you what I'm seeing live so we can look at it. You can study this film as much as you want. For the overlap, you honestly just have to float. And then when you come off the post, you're coming off the post and there's some sort of sharp disconnect into this. You don't have this foot on, which is okay for this drill right now to have your back foot off. In a game, you probably want both feet flat or like a smaller step. But there's a little bit of a disconnect when you're on that dot angle to start with the drill. Like I'm talking fluid, like water. You're coming out this nice fluid motion. Does that make sense? Hard to explain. That is so much better. That is so much better. Let's get this in your mind. Fluid, like water. It's fine. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I won't play them that low, but I'm glad you're ready for it. We're looking way more solid here. I like that other pad coming down. You guided it. That's fine. What size was that stick before you cut it down? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I like that a lot, where your stick is at. I like that a lot better. I think you're, oh yeah, keep going, keep going. Okay, it's gonna really come together. I think you're so used to having to angle with your other grip. You're so used to having to go elbow in to angle your stick. But now because your stick's in the perfect spot, literally your entire motion is just fluid. So I like where it's at. Now that your elbow stays where it is, because nothing's gonna get through, you're making good saves, but every time you try to give it that little bit of an extra is when it kind of flips up on you, because now it's at even more of an intense angle. Yeah. I love where it's at in your stance. When you go in the butterfly, I love it. I think maybe you're just trying to overcompensate with your elbow still. Again, just speculation. Oh! Woo-hoo! That's the thing that sucks, is that we have We have like 2 minutes here. Okay, one more, and then we got to get Jonah in here. That's fine because it's going up, hopefully into the netting, but it's more subtle. Now, hopefully, Jonah, you're learning as well just by like watching some of this stuff. And all right. No. I missed. I like your blocking style, positioning, stance, and everything. Let's do a T shuffle instead of a T push from that first one to dot angle. Hey, it's fine. I'm glad you finished the drill. Don't stop just because you make the same thing. We got to get that. It's okay. So you're still doing that T push. Slow it down until you're coming over for the save. Real slow. All right. Now all we need, you either get a pad on some of those near side, because a pad's gonna go to the boards, or if you're gonna make a stick, you have to come over it. You got to get your eyes on top like you do every other save, because if you reach for it and you keep your eyes behind, that's when they're gonna pop up. Slow. Oh, and like now you're just in the zone. You're still in the game, right? But your eyes go to that puck. Your eyes go down. I don't care that you didn't touch there with your stick. It's a fast-moving game. So I'll caught you off guard a little bit. I was trying the far side, and that one would be so much better if you rotated with it, but it caught you off guard. It's okay. Oh, yes. I just missed that one, but we're okay. Okay. I love your butterfly width on dot angle. I just want to say that. Both you guys have it, but these other pads are going to be so good because they got that little bit extra, I think. Yeah. But that butterfly width is money. You don't have to be any narrower or any wider. Perfect play. Okay. That's good. I think your toes are a little bit more angled squared to like, well, I'm a little bit off the dot, so maybe you're angled square to the dot. I'm a little bit off the dot, so just focus on those toes being dead on the puck. Look first. Look, square. I finally got to shoot a puck that didn't like fumble. That was good though. I was way more intimidated on that first shot. You make it look so much easier then because you're actually square. I think before you were so off that it was making it harder to make that save. Net's off, no goal. Yeah, you started it, yeah. Let's just give it a rip, and when Timmy comes, we all got to be all hands on deck to pick up. Jonah, get the pucks. All right. Dead center in the chest. I like that. Oh, I totally missed. But that's a great example of, you kind of know where your net's at and stuff too, but even just that little bit of commitment you had could throw you off for the next play. There we go. I like the locked in eyes. I don't mind that bumper as long as you don't spread your knees too far in case of a redirection. All right. Like that one's better. You're still coming into the play. Take a few, Jonah, and then while you're grabbing pucks, snag that bag so that we're all in one spot too. All right. It's okay. We'll just get it back to our headspace here. Locked in. Water. I really like the delayed butterfly. I like that. You knew where the puck was the whole time. So yeah, you just get locked in here. Shuffle to the dot. Slow. So my goal, Jonah, is that the game is so slow for you that you can play that speed every varsity game. Like you could play this speed in an actual game scenario. And then right now, boys, it's only two sessions in, so we're doing simple stuff, but we will get unplanned movements in, and then we're going to have to, like, in the middle of a flow, break it. I like the relaxed stance. I like it. We got a lot off the list I wanted to do today, so I'm actually pretty pumped. Perfect before going to a camp. Ooh, yeah. Dang it. Thought I could squeeze it. Yeah, it's good. You did off ice, you did on ice. Yeah, take one more here and he's even starting to come out. Dude,